As Dew Arena is around the corner, let's take a look at this tutorial and improve our aim. My name is Vagish Kotslevan and welcome to this tutorial. Counter-Strike Global Offensive requires most precision in aim than any other FPS in the market. So why not improve your aim to get better at the game? It will have a large role in improving your solo skill. Let's start off with the first tip. Use practice maps like aimbots. Downloading practice maps and aim maps are the best way to improve your aim. Go down to the Steam Workshop and look for the best aim practice maps. My personal favorite is aimbots. Start off with AK as the primary weapon and close down all other entrances and focus on one entrance. Give more importance to one taps at long range, burst fires at medium range, and spray at short range if required. Try killing at least 100 bots before heading on to an official game. Fine-tune your mouse settings. This is a semi-obvious tip. The purpose of including this is for the gamers who are new to this game, otherwise a lot of them have not gone to the settings yet and are mostly relying on the default ones. Adjusting your windows and in-game mouse settings is a very important factor in improving precision. Try using low sensitivity if you are the sniper for the team and look for medium sensitivity if you are the assaulter in the team. Turn off mouse acceleration and adjust the mouse sensitivity as you feel comfortable. Practice on community deathmatch and not the wild deathmatch. A lot of new players just practice in casual deathmatch because that's all they know how to do, and it's the easiest way to jump into a deathmatch. However, if you open the server browser and look for community deathmatch servers with FFA and HS mode, there are quite a few free DM servers by SoStrong or Drag to Death for the same. Playing headshot only mode is a fantastic way to warm up for an upcoming official match, while adding free for all makes the whole experience a lot more fast-paced, as respawn time is literally non-existent and you can kill anyone around you. For the first timers, it will be a raging experience as you will die a lot at first, but with time you will improve and definitely this will help you in the end. Find your best crosshair. Your crosshair, if you are new to the game, I hope by now you have figured out that you can change it in the in-game settings. However, some of you may not know that you can customize a crosshair to the exact style, color, size that you want. You can either download workshop maps to customize it more easily, or you can try the crosshair of different pro players. Or you can go as far as to learn console commands to get the exact crosshair as you want. Play with better players. We have said this time and time again, as this helps you more than aiming itself. Playing with somebody who is more skilled than you and who is teaching you how to play is invaluable. The same can be said for any skill in the world and not just CSGO. Find somebody who is better than you and then become a student of them. Ask them questions, watch them play. Learn everything you can so that when a newer player comes along or your friend starts playing CS, you can do the same for them. Don't be toxic and learn and teach at the same time. Use proper crosshair placement. Crosshair placement is something you may hear time and time again, but not a lot of players practice their crosshair placement even after reading about it compared to how much it is mentioned. Practice keeping a crosshair in relevant areas of the screen. Don't look too low or too high. Try pre-aiming common corners and always be aware where the enemies could be and keep your crosshair closer to that point. Watch some pro players to take tips on the crosshair placements and see where they keep their aim at. Practice arm and wrist movements. Along the same lines as crosshair placements, the next tip is practicing your arm and wrist movement. Many people totally forget that there is a physical aspect of precision in Counter-Strike. Be aware of your calibration and how far you need to move your arm and mouse in order to move your crosshair to where it needs to go. You definitely want to get to a point where you don't have to think about it anymore. Truly skilled pro players have this talent to the needle. When they see an enemy on the screen, they know where their mouse needs to be on the mousepad to the point where hacking accusations could be thrown around without being able to be 100% confirmed. There are two types of mouse movements when it comes to aiming: tracking and snapping. Snapping is used against stationary targets, while tracking is more useful against moving targets. Utilize crouching. If you came to play CSGO from another less competitive FPS like Call of Duty or Battlefield, you are probably used to crouching a lot. In Counter-Strike Global Offensive, it's generally a better rule of thumb that you crouch less than you think. When you crouch in Counter-Strike, it makes your head a much easier target to hit. And when you crouch after starting a spray, it makes it much easier to control the weapon spray. So learning how to utilize crouching and when to crouch is a very important factor in firefights. Warm-up. This is something a lot of people neglect to do and even feel to not consider, which is understandable considering the stereotypes around gaming. But stretching and warming up muscles that you will use while playing the game is one of the most helpful things you can do to yourselves. Research some wrist and arm stretch techniques or even finger exercises to warm up and loosen those muscles before you play competitively. It sounds silly and far-fetched at first, but before you throw the idea out of the window, at least try it. It will help you keep your aim steady and also your mind focused during the game. have a proper mindset. Playing and practicing goes hand in hand with having the right mindset, being confident in your abilities. These are all very important factors to perform well in anything that requires skill. So when you act out on these tips in Counter-Strike Global Offensive and you practice your aim, you put in the time and effort into it, but never forget why you are doing it. If it isn't worth the effort to you, then don't do it. You're not being forced to play the game. If increasing your skill is something you truly want to do, then go that extra mile. Make sure your mind is in the right place and you are doing it for all the right reasons. And of course, it's not restricted to Counter-Strike Global Offensive and it applies for anything. Find the passion, pursue it, and put in the time and the effort.